no opening because he sent a SOS message that this officer is about to die. You evacuate him. If he is evacuated in 6 hours or within 1 day, I may survive because I have to lose the altitude. Once you lose the altitude, you are okay.
Yes.
Okay. But there was no opening in the sky. The entire thing was totally clouds. There was no opening. Although he sent the message, helicopter was ready to pick me up, but it couldn't come. Okay. So he put my head on his lap. Okay. He looked at me. He said, "You have done well, my son. Now sleep. Sleep peacefully."
All secure, moving forward.
So, Dashera is a big event. So, but in the field area means when you are on the borders, we celebrate.
How do you celebrate in the field?
Entire battalion comes there. Okay, and there is a requirement of initiating you into Gorkha fold. What is that Gorkha fold? You have to take a khopri and you are given a goat. Bokdi. Okay. With one shot you have to cut her head.
All secure, moving forward.
Independence Day without mention of General Sagat Singh is incomplete. In fact, with your channel, I would like to tell the Chief Minister also. Please install a statue of General Sagat Singh somewhere at a respectable place so that the people of Goa should know.
All secure, moving forward.
The discussion includes references to cultural traditions, customs, rituals, animal sacrifice practices, and the display of a traditional weapon. These references are included only to provide cultural and historical context and are not intended to promote, encourage, or glorify violence, harm, or illegal activity. Viewer discretion is advised. You're watching Popcorn with Piyu, Goa's leading podcast channel.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another interesting episode of Popcorn with Piyu. I'm your host Priyanka and this side, and yes, today I'm back with another exciting episode. Before I talk about our guest and everything else, you know what keeps me happy now? I like good food, and where do I get it? Yes, definitely at Terra Restaurant and Ocean Palm Resort. If you are looking for a good place, better hospitality, and even better ambience, then do come over here. This episode is especially for Independence Day, and they are having so many offers out there. You can get in touch with them to know about it. Our guest for today is someone who has dedicated his life serving for the nation. We have with us Colonel Mangesh Dani, a retired army officer, and it's my pleasure to have him with us on this special episode of Independence Day. So join me in for that. Hello, sir. It's my privilege to have you on our podcast Popcorn with You. This is the first time I feel that we are doing our bit for our nation, because this is our special contribution for 15th August, that is Independence Day. And I think there wouldn't be any other person than having someone who has served for nation for more than 35 years. It's my privilege to have you serve with us. Welcome to Popcorn with You.
Thank you very much.
So before getting to talk about you as someone who has worked for army, I want to know you as a tiny boy, a boy before wearing uniform. Tell me about your childhood. How were you as a kid?
Yes. As a kid, it was, Goa had just been liberated that time. And we were that is in 60s. Okay, 1960s.
Okay.
Once I reached 4th standard, we were studying in Government Primary School. And in 4th standard, if you know a place called Mandur,
Mandu.
okay, Nevra, near Kargil railway station.
Okay.
Okay. I studied 4th standard there in Marathi school.
Okay.
There I found 3-4 books of Mahavir Chakra Vijetas, Paramvir Chakra Vijetas, and Veer Chakra Vijetas, because 1965 war, these gallantry award winners, there were some booklets published on them. So I happened to read those. It was in Marathi, and I got absolutely motivated to see them, how they fly the aircraft, how they went and captured Haji Pir, how they went and Asal Ukhtar they captured. Then in Filora, how was the tank battle? In my childhood, that was the first motivation I got. So then I thought I also want to do it. Okay, so that was the beginning of motivation. Nobody motivated me, but I got self-motivated. Okay.
With those books.
With those books. And by that time, what had happened was, government of Goa had sanctioned some scholarships for Sainik School Satara. Because Sainik School Satara opened in 1961 itself, on the year of liberation of Goa. So, and Bhausai Pandolkar was the chief minister. So he was very fond of education. In fact, he is the architect of education in Goa. So he declared scholarships for students who would come in merit and join Sainik School. So my parents learned about it, and I appeared for the exam.
This was when you were in 4th.
That was when I completed my 4th.
And you were going in 5th.
I went to 5th, and then there was an exam. I did half of 5th, then there was an exam. Actually, admission was 5th.
Perfect
5th standard. I had to repeat 5th standard.
Okay.
So, in 1969, I think 1968 or 69, after I passed this exam, I came in merit, and we went for Mangesh Dani. February Mangesh Dani. Then now Mangesh Dani गेलो. लहान आशिल्लो. आणि अशें उबे आशिल्ले आमी Mangesh Dani सगळे. And suddenly I found Chief Minister Bhausai Pandolkar in front of us. We were looking at him in awe, because we were small children, a big man coming, standing in front. It was a great pleasure to look at him. He was a handsome person also. And he was talking to some people, and he just looked at us. And somehow, I don't know, he called me. He called me, and he said, "तुझे नाव किती?" सांगले का किती करता? त्यांना हांवें सांगले का Sainik School pass झालो. He was happy. He said, he called somebody. He said, "Let him have dinner with me today." I had dinner, although he didn't have dinner with me, but I had dinner with him, where he was staying in Mangesh Temple. So that was also a sort of inspiration. Somebody is backing you going to Sainik School. So that was in my childhood what happened.
Okay. And the college?
त्याच्यानंतर कॉलेजी आयलो हांगा. See, what happens is, Sainik School is meant to train young boys to join the army.
Okay.
So generally, people who are keen to join army, they go to NDA, National Defence Academy. And many people go outside also. Like I have got so many friends joining IIT, so many friends joining Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore. Very brilliant students were there. Some people were like that, some became doctors and all this thing. But that time, when I reached 11, there is a peer pressure. इंडिया में क्यों जाना है यार, थोड़ा बाहर भी देख लेते हैं। तो मैंने बोला ठीक है, कॉलेज है। सो आई जॉइन दिस चौगले कॉलेज इन गोरखा। बट सैनिक स्कूल वाज एन एक्सीलेंट एक्सपीरियंस, और in fact there it is a formative years in your childhood. In Sainik School, everything like National Defence Academy was organized. Like, we had excellent food.
You have to stay there. It's a boarding school.
It's a complete boarding school. In fact, such discipline is there. You are not allowed to leave the school campus at all, except one day in a month. That too with the circle of peer group. We have to go to Satara city, enjoy whatever we could do. We were getting 2 rupees as our pocket money.
Okay.
That time 2 rupees was quite a bit. We used to plan 2 rupees. We used to buy Hindus, and I was very fond of books, so detective books. So in mailing there was a person called Mr. Gurunath Naik.
Okay.
And he used to write various detective books, and they were famous throughout Maharashtra, like Durandar, Golandas, and all those things. So as children, we were very fond of that. We used to get it for 50 paisa, one book. So we used to plan, okay, 50 पैसे का हैंगर लेना है, 50 पैसे का किताब लेना है, और 1 रुपये बचा तो डोसा खाना है। ठीक है। So that way we used to plan. 2 rupees we used to spend like that. And in the school, your personality is built up in a fantastic way. Our school was such that teachers took personal interest in the students. We had horse riding.
In school?
Yes, we had horse riding, we had swimming, we had all the sports: football, hockey, cricket, athletics, basketball, boxing. In fact, for 4 years I have been boxing champion.
Oh.
Okay, in my school. So it was a great experience in the school.
Okay. When you told your parents that you want to join the army, how did they react? म्हणजे especially जेव्हा गोंयकार army join जाता, parents are not very keen.
The problem गोंयकार कितें आसा खबर आसा? They think going to the army म्हळ्यार मेलो.
How?
That is the problem here. And secondly, the children out here in Goa, they don't want to leave Goa. They suppose you want to go to Bangalore, you get a 50,000 rupees job in Bangalore, and you get 20,000 rupees in Goa. He will prefer to stay in Goa and eat rustic rather than going to Bangalore. So that is the problem. So, and parents also don't encourage. Actually, I personally feel they should not fear that. Anything can happen to anybody, but one has to let the children fly in their lives.
तुम्ही आता म्हणला की गोंयकार भिता म्हणून. This is true. And weren't you scared?
I was never scared.
So you're not scared?
My parents were also not. They were very happy that even if when they came here in the school, college, that time also they were happy. And when I told them I'm going to the army, they were very happy. In fact, what happened after when I joined the college, after my first year, I regretted. I should have, because I had cleared my MBA. I had cleared my MBA in school, but the thing is that just for the a desire to join civil college, I left that and came out here. I regretted that. Then after 3 years, I said nothing big. I will do my graduation and begin as soon as possible. I will join army.
So then you joined Indian Military Academy.
Academy there.
There.
Yeah.
Okay. How was your initial, when you went there for the first day, how was your experience? Yeah, there, Indian military. How do you spend your day there, for example, like a routine process?
See, in any training academy, there is a fixed routine. And there is no change in that years on years. Okay, in the morning there is a PT, then there is a breakfast, then you go for classes, then afternoon there are various other activities, games. In the evening you go to the mess and in a particular dress. Every event has got different dresses. Then there are exercises which are conducted outside, trekking, cross country, and all. It's a heavy schedule, and they teach tactics. Tactics means how to operate in environment when you go on the field. Field means, you may not understand, field means orders. Say how to, because especially the infantry officers, 80% of them, 80 to 90% of them, whose battalions are not in the peace area. Peace area means not on the borders. Rest of them, they all, in the initial stage itself, they have to go to various Pakistan border or China or insurgency. So they have to be prepared. So the thing is that sometimes we get punishments also. At night, 12 o'clock in 20 years Dehradun, in December and all, we are made to wear a pack. It is called pack. It is filled with stones, and we have to stand in the stand at night. All these punishments are also there.
This is for what?
To make us tough.
And what are the other kind of punishment?
There are various punishments like you have to drill punishment in there. You have to, if you fail in drill, then you have to pass that drill test. You have to work very hard. Similarly, if you are seen weak in something, or you do mistake somewhere, or you go late to class, then you add it. Okay.
See the punishment filter.
Then they will make you again. They will make you go to the field. There is something called Daddu jump. Okay, all sorts of. How can I explain out here? all sorts of punishment is there. Front rolls, back rolls. Then they will send you on punishment cross country. So many things are there where you get into discipline. Okay, and you become tough. So army has got rank structure. In IMA, they are gentlemen cadets. Then you become a second lieutenant after commissioning. Then after 2 years, you become lieutenant, then captain, then major, then lieutenant colonel, then colonel, like that, brigadier, major general, lieutenant general, and general, like that. Then field marshal. There is no field marshal except two which were there. Yeah, field marshal Kariappa and field marshal Sainik School. So these are the rank structures. So when the choice came, my only choice was infantry. First was Gorkhas. And I said, in case they don't.
So your first posting was Gorkha?
No, not posting. This is choice.
Okay.
This is choice. What the army headquarters in Delhi allots you, that is a choice.
Okay.
Okay. So I gave first Gorkhas. Then I said, keep going, where should I go? Then I gave Maratha. Maratha Light Infantry. Belgaum.
Yes.
Okay. Then my company commander was from Madras Regiment. So I said, okay, I will not choose any Gorkha. So I was praying to God that I should get Gorkhas. Okay, because one of my distant uncles was also in Gorkhas. He commanded the same battalion which I am from. Okay. So he died, passed away last year. Okay. Very old at age. So he was a brigadier. But when I wanted to join army, I I wanted to join Gorkhas. And fortunately, they gave me the same battalion. 3 Gorkha Rifles. I was very happy. And I joined the battalion.
How was your experience at being at Gorkha Battalion?
See, first when you when you're allotted a regiment, first and foremost you have to go to the regimental center. And every regiment, there are so many regiments, I will not be able to name now. Like Punjab regiment is there, Bihar regiment is there, Gorkhas are there. Gorkhas also there are 7, I told you.
Yeah.
1st GR, 3rd GR, 4th GR, 5 GR, 8 GR, 9 GR, 11 GR. Okay, such it is. And every regiment has got 5 battalions, some have got 5 battalions, some have got 7 battalions, some have got 8 battalions. So it's a huge organization. But once you are allotted a particular battalion, you have to first go and report to the regimental center. My regimental center is 39 Gorkha Training Center, GTC, 39 GTC in Varanasi. Okay, so I reported there first. Once you report there, then you are put into the grill of how you are going to adjust or integrate yourself in the battalion. So once I reported, I was allotted Gorkha platoon. I was made a part of it. Okay, as a part of that. I used to, then there was about 1 month training there. Then you do everything what the Gorkhas do in the battalion. Okay, and first and foremost, once you go to the regimental center, they give you the military history book, the regimental history, not military history, regimental history. Every battalion, every regiment has got its own rich history. Like my battalion, it was first raised in 1940 during First World War. Okay. Later it got disbanded because there was no need. So it got disbanded means it was dissolved.
Yes.
It was dissolved. And it was again re-raised during Second World War.
Okay.
Regimental history was first thing which is given in the regimental center. And you see, there you are told to prove yourself.
How do you prove?
Prove means physical fitness tests are there. You do it the Johns and you do better than them. Okay, like climbing a rope. You you have to climb the rope better than the Johns. You run with the BPT, with the backpack. Okay.
So you have to prove yourself constantly.
Yeah, constantly you have to prove. You are a leader. You are going to be a leader. So a leader has to be leading from the front. So that has to be, the quality which an officer has to have. Okay.
So this is basically a training for you to be a leader.
Yes, it's basically training to be a regimental officer. In a regimental center, you are trained to be a regimental officer. Pride is instilled in you that you are a
Responsibility.
you have got this responsibility now, because once you join the battalion, you will be allotted a company, because there are 4 or 5 companies in the battalion. So you are allotted a company not as a company commander, as a company 2IC, or say a platoon commander. Initially you start with very low profile, because as a second lieutenant you don't know much. Okay, it is a rank where you are supposed to be only seen, not to be heard. You are not supposed to speak. Only you have to be seen. That's all. Okay, you move around, keep quiet, observe, but no word from your mouth. For 2 years I didn't have word in my mouth in the battalion. Although in the mess we used to talk and all, that is a different story. But you can't,
have a discussion.
there are no decisions can be, or anything independently.
You cannot.
You will not be able to do it, because if you make a mistake, then it is a problem. So the best way is You learn out of your mistakes without speaking, just observing. So 2 years you do that. Okay. So this is what regimental life is in the regimental centers.
Then where and when did you have your first posting?
Yes. After that, actually my battalion was that time in Sevak Road.
Sevak Road.
That was Sevak Road means, you know, Siliguri
Yes.
in West Bengal.
Yes.
From Siliguri there is a road going towards Gangtok,
Yes.
Sikkim. On that road, there was the brigade headquarters and my battalion was there. But my battalion had an operational area in North Sikkim and East Sikkim,
Okay.
opposite Chinese.
So it was kind of a direct connection with.
No, we have a headquarters
Yes.
and there was a Adam company there, and all the other infantry companies were deployed on the LAC.
Border.
LAC. It is not border. LAC. LAC means line of actual control. With Pakistan, we have got line of control. Only line of control. On China, Indochina is called line of actual control. So my battalion was entirely deployed there. Only headquarters was in Sevak Road. Okay. So, but I had to report to the headquarters.
Yes.
So I reported to the headquarters, and I was, made comfortable there. And within a few days, I was told, push up. China is this thing. So there is a place called Nathula. You know Nathula?
I've heard of it.
Heard of it? It's a Nathula pass. Okay. So, and Nathula height is about 10,000-11,000 feet. And our posts were at 15,000-16,000 feet. So we had to go there.
Mm.
And there was a place called point 4733 and 4752. I was deployed on 4733 and the Chinese troops were just next to it. Okay. So, you know Nathula, I will tell you the story about Nathula. Okay. Yeah, this is a very interesting story. See, Nathula is a very strategic pass on the, you can say, we will call it border of China and Tibet and India. So after 1962 debacle, we lost that war with,
Yes.
in 1962 we lost with China.
Yes.
So Chinese, and after 1962, we gave a fitting reply to Pakistan in 1965. We won that war completely
Yes.
and threw out Pakistanis. We will come to that later. Okay. But Chinese were of opinion that we have defeated these people, so we will dominate them. Okay. So they issued a warning to the government of India. Ki vacate Nathula and vacate Jalepla. There is another pass, important pass called Jalepla. So there is one division there, and that is on Nathula. There it is under 17 Mountain Division.
Okay.
Okay, and 17 Mountain Division was commanded by that time Major General Sagat Singh. Okay, and Major General Sagat Singh didn't vacate. The other GOC vacated. Today also Jalepla is with Chinese. Okay, they vacated, but Sagat Singh didn't vacate despite the orders from behind. What happened was, he continued. We started fencing. Fencing means putting barbed wire.
Yes.
They objected. Chinese objected to it, and we continued. There was orders from the div headquarters that border has to be secure. That particular area has to be secure. And that time, some JCOs and engineer and infantry jawans were laying the fence. Chinese opened fire about two JCOs, I don't remember it correctly, but about 10-12 people died, of JCOs died, JCOs and Jawans died. Then the GOC, General Sadat Singh, said, you go all out on Chinese, and we gave them a bloody nose. I tell you, there were about 300 to 400 Chinese dead on that entire area, and they ran back. Okay, at the stake of his career, General Sadat Singh took such a brave action that today Nathula is with us. Now again I will tell you, who is General Sadat Singh? He was my commanding officer. Okay, of my battalion 33 Gorkha Rifles. Okay, so again I will tell you, now this topic of General Sadat Singh has come. General Sadat Singh is the architect of liberation of Goa. Yeah. Okay. When he was a brigadier, he was commanding 50 para brigade. Okay. When the Indian army started coming, I told you, scorched policy adopted by the Portuguese. They started destroying all the bridges on the rivers. But General Sadat Singh, without relentlessly, when there was no bridge on Mandvi that time. Okay, with improvised rafts, everything. At night, in the morning, the troops were in Panaji. Okay, and that time he told the Jawans, they were wearing helmets and all those things. He told them, the civilians in Panaji will be scared of you. They will think you are an invading force. You remove your helmets, wear berets. Okay, and as soon as Portuguese saw our Jawans, General Sadat Singh Jawans there in Panaji, they ran off on their ships. Okay, this happened when 19 December we celebrate Goa Liberation Day. This was on 18 December. 18 December, General Sadat Singh came to Panaji and put the Indian flag. And see the irony. There is no mention of General Sadat Singh in our independence. I am telling you, Goa Independence Day without mention of General Sadat Singh is incomplete. In fact, with your channel, I would like to tell the Chief Minister also, please install a statue of General Sadat Singh somewhere at a respectable place, so that the people of Goa should know who was the architect of this thing.
Yes.
Okay, and now General Sadat Singh again. He was the architect of creating Bangladesh. Yeah, he as a Lieutenant General, he was the Corps Commander of 4 Corps. Okay. And he was the first person to launch airborne heli operations with only 10 helicopters, because there was on the Meghna River, it was so huge, about you couldn't cross it. So on his own orders, he started lifting the troops behind the enemy, Pakistani enemies. And Pakistanis discovered in the morning that entire Indian army is behind them. They pulled their pants and surrendered. General Niazi surrendered because of Lieutenant General Sadat Singh. Okay, and I am proud to say that he was my CEO. Okay, I come from that illustrious battalion. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, now let's come back to Nathula. Okay, so I was inducted into that on that post 4733. I had a platoon there. It is a high altitude terrain. High altitude terrain is, you will not be able to understand what is high altitude terrain. You can't walk, or you can't walk fast. There is no oxygen.
Is it not because it's on height?
Yeah, it is 16,000. There is a breathing problem. Okay, so you have to acclimatize. So there used to be a mile 13 transit camp. Next to Changu, there is a lake called Changu Lake. Next to that, there is a mile 13 transit camp. There we used to do acclimatization first. Then we did acclimatization at another place called Nogla Lake. Okay, and after that I was inducted to 16,000 feet, and I was alone there. Okay, along with my troops.
Yes.
Okay, and Chinese used to come in front of, not very near, but about say 500 meters down below. We used to see them carrying all the with their mules. There are mules actually. You know mules? Goda.
Yes.
But it is not Goda actually. It is Khachar. It is a cross between a horse and a donkey. Okay, so it is used for by us also and by them also to carry the goods. I was there in 4733. There you are there every day. The routine is also same. We have to. There are various posts. We have to. At night also there are sentries. The Chinese should not come inside. The entire border has to be secure. So there were two posts under me. That is 4752 and 4733. But I was on 4733. I used to climb 4752 also.
If required.
If required. Every week I used to go at least once or twice.
To check.
Because climbing that 4752 took about 4 to 5 hours. So just climbing. Okay, and coming down another 2 hours. So entire day is gone. So because you can't walk in the where there is oxygen is less and air pressure is also less. So that was my first altitude experience. Then there was, I will tell you, okay, there are so many things which I can tell you, but with lack of time, I will tell you an interesting story there. We in Gorkhas have Dashera festival as a very big event.
In Gorkha.
In Gorkhas. Dasara. It's a very big event. Durga Mata, our regimental deity is Durga Mata.
You all have deities also?
Yes. Regimental deity is Durga Mata is a regimental deity. Okay. That way, Shanta Durga is my family god also. Okay. But maybe that Shanta Durga wanted me to join Gorkha, so that she is also there. Okay. So, Dashera is a very big event. So, but in the field area means when you are on the borders, we celebrate.
How do you celebrate in the field?
How? Entire battalion comes there. Okay. And there is a requirement of initiating you into Gorkha fold. What is that Gorkha fold? You have to take a kokri and you are given a goat. Bokri. Okay. With one shot you have to cut a head.
Slaughter.
Okay. With one shot you have to cut a head. And if you don't cut it, okay, you Zatko Manga, and if blood comes out and the head is still hanging on the bokdi, then the Gurkhas will come, take the blood and apply on your face. Okay. And if you cut it in one shot,
then you are done.
Then you are now true Gorkha. So fortunately, they gave me this big bokdi. But I was in school. We have farms also. So I used to cut the wood, everything with chow, this equation, I had experience. So in one jhatka, I cut the bokdi. Okay, the head fell there, and CO was very happy. My commanding officer was very happy. Oh, this fellow is a good Gorkha. Okay, so that is how you get initiated in the Gorkhas. Okay, so that's all. You want to see the kukri?
Yes, I want to.
Yeah,
You have it?
got it.
Show it to me.
But this is actually a ceremonial kukri, although this is sharp. Just to show you.
With this you kill?
Yes, but this is a small one.
Can I hold it?
I have this big one.
Okay.
Whenever I used to go in the operations, I always carry it. All Gurkhas carry it, so that once you hit it, the enemy head should chop off.
So this all the Gurkhas have this.
Yes, all the.
This is for self-defense or this is for?
This is for battle.
Okay.
Okay, this is a small kukri. Although this is sharp. This I keep as a souvenir in my drawing room. So I thought now you have called me, so I will show you.
Yeah.
You know, kukri, people don't know what is a kukri. Okay.
I'll hand it over to you.
Yeah, it's very sharp also.
And I'm scared also that it might hurt.
Okay. Now on kukri, you see these cuts. You
Yes.
see these cuts.
Yeah.
Now these cuts depict what you know.
Hmm.
We Gurkhas, we are cutter Sanatanis. Okay, we don't touch cow. This kukri will never touch cow. Therefore, this is the hoof of a cow. Okay, that is one thing. And this another important thing more than that is when you cut, the blood drips down. It comes here and goes down like this. It doesn't come on your hand because blood is a very sticky and it slips. Otherwise, you will not be able to hold the grip. So this is the one. The blood drops like this. Okay. So this is the kukri. Although this is ceremonial kukri, this does not cut much and all. So Dashera is a very important festival, and it is auspicious in such a way that the Gurkhas want a big male buffalo to be cut in one shot.
On
Dashera Day.
Apart from goat.
Goats are for us. Okay. Now what happens is the unit Panditji. Okay. He prays to the Durga Mata. Okay. And in the mandir, we have got a unit mandir which moves with us every day. Okay. So if from Nathula, if we go somewhere else, that mandir also goes with us. Okay. Mata also comes with us. We don't leave Mata. Mata doesn't leave us. Okay. Durga Mata is always with us. So Panditji goes, and there is a weapon called khadag.
Khadag.
In Gorkhali we call it khana. Khana. Khanda. Okay. It is. Have you seen Kali Mata? There is a khanda in a hand, big one. So that weapon is almost about 4 or 5 feet long. And the strongest person in the battalion, a big buffalo is bought specially for slaughter on Dashera Day. And everybody is, holds his breath and sees. With one shot, the buffalo is cut. Okay? If it is not cut, it is thought to be inauspicious. Okay? With that, if it is cut in one shot, the next whole year I will win every battle where I go. Okay? Every battle I will kill the enemy. Like the way I have killed that. Okay, that is the emotional intent of, I can say, emotional courage which is built in the Jawans. Okay, so our Dashera is celebrated in a very big way. Then we have, after the Dashera is over, we take Ashirwad from all our elders. They are like, all unit officers are like brothers. They are brothers in arm. Because they are more brotherly than your own brothers. Okay, your Jawans are more brotherly than, because bullets are flying. Who is the next to you? Your Jawan is next to you. Your Gorkha is next to you. So your bullet hits you, he will be the first person to protect you. Okay, so that brotherly relationship is there, especially in infantry battalions.
We'll go ahead and talk about your posting at Siachen Glaciers, which is among one of the world's highest battleground, which is considered. I would love to know about that.
Yes. Our battalion was inducted in Siachen Glacier 1986 September.
Okay.
Siachen Glacier is the highest battlefield, and the Siachen Glacier of Meghdut we call it.
Of Meghdut.
Operation Meghdut.
Okay.
Meghdut. Okay. That particular operation today also is called of Meghdut. Okay. Siachen Glacier operations are called of Meghdut. They were inducted in of Meghdut in September 1986. I got married in 1995, January. Okay.
And you were posted in 86.
I was from Nathula, from Sevak Road we went to Dehradun. Okay. In Dehradun I got married in January 85.
Okay.
My son was born in June 86. And I had to send my wife back with the son home. Okay. And I had to go to Siachen in September 86. Okay. I had, see, this is how infantry officers, their families struggle. Okay. So she had to go back with a small baby without the protection of her husband. The husband went to protect the nation in Siachen Glacier. Okay. Intelligence reports were there that Pakistan is going to occupy the Siachen Glacier. Okay. So we were preparing, and 4 Kumaon Battalion, there is a 4 Kumaon Battalion, very fine battalion, they were put into acclimatization at I think Kargil School somewhere, I don't remember it. They were doing training, but suddenly there was a fresh intelligence report. They said that on 18th of April, Pakistanis are climbing the Saltaro Ridge. Saltaro Ridge is the ridge where high altitude it is. It is almost about 20,000 feet, 18,000 feet. And there is a place called Dehradun in Siachen Glacier. So government took a decision. They airlifted that time Captain Sanjay Kulkarni and his men. They were heli-dropped there without much acclimatization. Acclimatization is very, very important. Without acclimatization, you suffer hypoxia. Water fills in your lungs and you die. Okay? Or you get brain edema. Okay? So much of because nature is very harsh there in Siachen Glacier. But that team went there and secured Siachen Glacier and we are there because of that 4 Kumaon Battalion of Captain Sanjay Kulkarni. And later on the other battalions were inducted. And ours was the second batch, September 86. Okay, and we had to stay 2 years there. Now,
2 years on that high.
yeah, 2 years. Although my battalion was in down below, but we had our platoons were on top. 18,000 feet, 14,000 feet, 15,000 feet, like that. And now what they have done is, because of the harsh physical nature, they have reduced the tenure to 6 months rotation. That time it was not there. We stayed for 2 years.
Okay.
1986. There were no roads. We had to carry everything on our back. There were no proper roads. There were everything was in short supply. We had to carry everything in that high altitude, going up, down, coming down. And there are other battalions also up to Pakistan border, Pakistan LOC. Okay, so my entire operational area was along the LOC, Pakistan LOC. Okay, so 2 years we spent there. One incident I will tell you, which is which affected me quite a bit. What happened was I was sent on deputation to the brigade headquarters.
Okay.
At Thais. The G3 of that brigade had to go for a course, 4 months course, 3 months course, and 4 months course. And I was sent on deputation. And what happened was, our 3-3 Gorkha Rifles, a small detachment, they were patrolling, they have to patrol the entire AOC against them so that the Pakistanis don't intrude. And unfortunately, they came under an avalanche. Avalanche means the snow came and buried them. They all died. Okay. So I volunteered to go and rescue the team. Okay. So I told the commander, not commander, there was a PM, brigade major. His name was Major Suresh Bhatt. So I told him, sir, I will go myself to rescue the team. Because if there are my GCOs and Shamans, I have to go and rescue them. Although they may not be alive, if somebody is alive, I have to rescue them. They came under because we lost the communication with them. The radio set communication we lost. So the brigade major told the commander, I was captain that time. Captain Dani wants to go. The commander was happy. He said, go. But I want you to go today itself. I said, let me go by acclimatizing because you have to walk, you have to take Thais is at 11,000 feet. You go at 15,000 feet stay there for 3 days. Then you go at 18,000 and stay there for 2 3 days. And then you go. It was at 19,000 feet. Okay. They put me in a helicopter and dropped me to 19,000 feet. Directly. I said, okay, no problem. But once I went there, I couldn't breathe. I just couldn't breathe. I was totally this thing, but still I said, okay, let me see the route at least from there. So that day, what happened was, I reached in the morning at about lunchtime, just before lunchtime. After lunch, I had something, I couldn't breathe properly, but still I said, okay, no problem. So there was a steep, fall about 300 meters, 400 meters, and ropes were there. You hold the ropes and go down in that valley where our boys came under the avalanche. So I made a mistake. That day itself, fortunately, there was a dog with me, a black Labrador. He was a sniffer dog. We have sniffer dogs. When the people come under avalanche, they sniff down below, where is that? So to detect it. And there was a dog handler. So with them I went. I went fast. A little fast. I said, let me go and see at least where to go. I held the rope, went down about 25 meters. I just couldn't breathe. There was a ledge. I stood on the ledge. I couldn't breathe. So, and unfortunately, what happened was, suddenly there was overcast. Overcast means the clouds came and it started snowing. Okay, it started snowing with a gust. Snow started coming and falling on my body. I was alone there on the ledge. The dog was on the top. So I said, okay, what to do now? I can't go down also, I can't go up also. I climbed the rope about 25 meters. It exhausted me. And that exhaustion was fatal. Okay, I just couldn't breathe. Once I came down, I just fell. The Jawans lifted me up to the tent. I regained my strength and still couldn't breathe properly. The whole night it was bad. The next day, in that condition also again I went, but before we went again the snow started. Blizzard, some ekdam, it was your visibility was also low. You couldn't see ahead, so it was so gusty. So we had to come back, but still I couldn't breathe properly. But that first exertion water started accumulating in my lungs. And I couldn't make it out, but slowly and slowly I was feeling I'm losing strength. I couldn't breathe also, I'm losing strength. So the Jawan sent the message to the commanding officer. I will not tell you the unit, okay? The commanding officer was a very fine gentleman. He was a Sikh gentleman. Sikh.
Yeah.
Okay, Sartaj. Very fine officer. He came and saw my condition. And he was experienced. He said this he is very serious. I was in a very serious condition because water was coming in. It was just coming in my lungs. Started coming. So I was totally in that conscious, semi-conscious state. But still I was enthusiastic. I asked him, he said, "Kab jana hai niche mein mere ko batao." Okay. But he said, no, you relax. Okay. But by the time it was evening, I was absolutely down. I couldn't because I was losing strength. So kushi that night was over somehow. Next day morning, I tried to get up, I couldn't get up. He was also there. That he also stayed with me in that tent, seeing my condition. So the next morning it was worst. I just was losing my consciousness. I couldn't see things properly. But I was still, ready to Kab jana hai, I have to go there. So that enthusiasm was still there. So he said, no, you just relax. But I was just not in that condition actually. So I slept on the ground. There was a bari means bed sort of. The commanding officer sat there. Okay. He knew now this fellow is likely to die. Okay. Because there was no hope. The clouds were, entire sky was totally dark. Okay, overcast. There was no opening because he sent a SOS message that this officer is about to die. You evacuate him. If he is evacuated in 6 hours or within 1 day, I may survive because I have to lose the altitude. Once you lose the altitude, you are okay.
Yes.
Okay, but there was no opening in the sky. The entire thing was it was totally clouds. There was no opening. Although he sent the message, helicopter was ready to pick me up, but it couldn't come. Okay, so he put my head on his lap. Okay, he looked at me. He said, "You have done well, my son. Now sleep. Sleep peacefully. Okay, sleep peacefully." I only told him one thing. I just remembered my wife that day. I told him, tell my wife that her husband died a brain matter. Okay. And I felt unconscious after that. I don't know what happened after that. I was unconscious. But later on I found that I was being lifted by somebody. He was in a very semi-unconscious state, lifted by somebody. 2-3 people started lifting me. I thought, somebody is lifting me on top. Okay, so I'm going now, that sort of thing. But fortunately, with God's grace, there was a small opening in the sky at 4 o'clock in the evening.
After how long? Like after how
After
many years?
about 3-4 days.
And you were alive.
Yeah, I was alive. Okay. The helicopter came. One Major Sainik that time. He was flying the Chetak helicopter. Okay. I was lifted, I was put in the helicopter, and I was straight flown to Command Hospital, Chandigarh. Okay. And as soon as height was, it went down, I became normal. Quite normal. But the effect of that particular was for about 4-5 years. I had continuous palpitations. I had loss of memory. I had loss of various muscles. It took about 4-5 years to regain that strength. Okay, so that was an incident which happened.
Which has touched you, and I can't believe this.
Okay, so it was Mangeshaची कृपा आशिल्ली ती. सांगतात ना, म्हजो कुलदेव Mangeshaची कृपा आशिल्ली. Okay, he saved me.
Definitely.
And when I went home, my wife said I was doing, Saturday upwas for you. Okay, she was also had some intuition, so she was doing that prayers and all prayers. I got saved that time. So, but that medical effect continued for about 4-5 years. I had palpitations at night, palpitations at this thing. It took quite a bit of time to recover from that incident. In Siachen, another incident took place. I was posted. One of my colleagues, now Colonel Moha, is in Calcutta. He was the company commander there. Previously, I was the company commander. And from there I was de-inducted to go to the brigade, and he had taken over and again at night the avalanche came and washed away entire post except Major Guha's tent. It was on the height. We lost 2 JCOs and 32 Gorkhas. We had to dig them out of the snow. Okay, these sacrifices civilians don't know what we go through. So, but it was another incident which actually was, hurts me today also. Such a leadership, and my own Jawans died of my own company.
Being a colonel, how do you take responsibility of, like, see, your one decision could mean life and death to several of your Jawans, the people of your battalion. So, how do you take that responsibility?
See, we have to, as officers, we have to set an example every time. The Jawans look at you. Jawans, they look up to you for everything. And for that, you have to have the leadership qualities. There is a Chetwood motto. I will tell you that motto, which is engraved in our Indian military academy. It is safety, honor, and welfare of your country comes first, always, and every time. Honor, welfare, and comfort of your men comes next. Your own ease, comfort, and safety comes last, always, and every time. This is the officers, they follow this word to word. That is the reason Indian Army is the best in the world.
So I also heard that many things go very when you are given a target. You tend to do things. When I say you, it's not just you, any person who is working for Indian Army. tend to do things which are unofficial, म्हणजे officially declared जायना, पण because of the nation, people do things in case तांकां target दिला जाल्यार. For example, many a time unofficially people who are put on the borders are expected to cross the borders. Like, do you have any idea of that?
Not idea. I have taken part in that.
Can you share about it?
But I will not tell you the location.
Perfect. Works.
Okay.
Yes.
But this was against some militants, not terrorists. So we got intelligence when I was posted in Northeast. Okay, we got intelligence. But I will not tell you the place. Okay. When we got the intelligence that there was the militant hideout across the border. I will not tell you the border also. So across the border, and they are about 20, 25 of them. They are training there. They have all their equipment hidden there. So we started operation. The battalion started operation against them. This was totally unofficial. It was not sanctioned by, only it was maybe that my CO might have got an order from the brigade or something. We didn't know about it, but it was totally, because crossing a border is, infringing on the integrity of another nation. Okay, so we cannot declare it, but we had to sort out those insurgents. Okay, so the CO told me, I was the Charlie company commander that time. The CO, he told me, you attack by flank. Flank means like this. Okay, and the CO and his team went on the other side. When we started the operation, it was light was there. The CO came under fire from the insurgents. They fired with LMG, light machine gun, and the bullets started flying. CO and his team took cover there. Okay. I started with my company. I started going in the jungle. There was a thick jungle. Going in the jungle and encircling that position. I was aware that I may face resistance, but I was hoping against hopes. They may not detect us. But the insurgents were too smart. They had two boys perched on a tree, tall tree, again with LMG. They started firing at us. Now there were two options with me. Although their fire was not very accurate, if the bullets were flying here and there, we could see when the bullet passes you, the sound is like this, tick, tick, tick. Sound is like this. So I said, if I tell my troops to lie low there on the ground, I will not be able to encircle. I told them we'll run towards that, from where that fire is coming. So we started running towards that, where we thought that people from where he's firing. When we started running towards him, they came down and ran. Okay, we followed them and reached their main headquarters. Their, not headquarters, we can say their main base, their insurgent base. We reached there and they ran into jungle. Okay, so behind them another officer. Okay, with his platoon, he followed them. His name is now he's Major General retired. Okay, Rajbir Singh. He went and killed 4 of them. Okay, they were with machine guns, but he went, killed 4 of them, dropped their dead bodies, and we captured the other militants. We captured about 700 of them. again with weapons. But they were too scared. Okay, we will do something about it. But we are Indian Army, you see. They are our own boys. Okay, they are not Pakistanis. They are own misguided youth. Okay, we handed over them to the police after that and came back from that border down there. But it was a fantastic operation. We carried out successful, absolutely.
I also wanted to know about, so I got to know that you with your battalion, you were part of Operation Sindoor during Kargil War.
Yes.
Can you share some insight about it, something probably, you have been part of that war, so can you share some insight about it probably?
My battalion was part of it. My battalion was in Mushko Valley.
Okay.
It was on 22nd of June or July, I think, 22nd July. There was an agreement between the Pakistanis and Indian government that they will withdraw. Pakistanis will withdraw because already the main forces had captured the various posts and they were in danger, Pakistanis. A lot of Pakistanis were killed, although we lost a lot of troops, almost about 500 Jawans we lost. But my battalion was in Mushko Valley and there were Pakistanis with weapons, they were firing on us. And we were given task to capture, there is called Zulu Reach there. Okay. Our Gorkhas, you know, we take out kukuris and we charged on them. Okay, we fired also, we were firing also. Many people died, not ours, Pakistanis. Okay, and they ran behind. And we captured, in fact, my Delta company, I was where I told you Nathula, I was the 2IC of that company. That company captured Zulu base. Okay, and Tri-Junction by another company. And because of our action, the Kargil War came to end. Because we threw out those Pakistanis from there and killed. And then there was a white flag meeting for taking back the bodies, dead bodies of the Pakistanis. They took some dead bodies. They didn't claim some dead bodies.
Then it was there?
No. Then we gave them military honors and buried them. Okay. So this is the Kargil War we went through. And
do you think right now India is better off compared to that time when it comes to warfare? Like, are we prepared for warfare?
yes, of course. You saw in Operation Sindoor?
Yes.
Operation Sindoor. We
have been retaliating very
not retaliating. What has happened here? It depends on the strong political leadership. Today, fortunately, we have got a very strong political leadership who has got will to fight. There is army is always ready, but we want orders. When we get orders, nothing can stop us. Okay. Now after Kargil, because Kargil was a backstabbing by Pakistan. Because if you remember, our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister Vajpayee had gone to Lahore, and he was at Lahore bus. You might be aware of that trip.
Yes.
And Musharraf was the army chief without telling the Sharif, Prime Minister Sharif. He launched and occupied these Kargil heights. Okay, that was a backstabbing. Okay, so after that, we were actually reactive that time. We reacted to their action. After that, we became proactive. We said nothing doing. We are going to be proactive. We will not allow them to do anything. And then in Kargil War, you see, we wanted some coordinates about the Pakistani positions, satellite imagery. US we approached the US for satellite imagery. We didn't have satellites that time. US refused. USA is not our friend. They have never supported us. In every war they have supported Pakistan.
Even now?
Even now. Okay. They didn't give us the coordinates, they didn't give us the satellite imagery. Okay. So we started developing our own capabilities, own communication systems, own air defense, own all the equipment. And fortunately the government is totally backing us. Okay, now we are now protected totally, because otherwise what used to happen is we were not being able to take action. Okay.
Even after having so much capable army, we were
not, like I will tell you, there are so many incidences where Pakistanis came, killed our troops, and we did nothing. Like I will tell you, I think in 2000, Maratha Light Infantry was there in Naushera sector in Jammu and Kashmir. There the terrorist groups came and attacked the post of Maratha Light Infantry. They killed everybody, and there was a sepoy, his name was Bhau Sahib Kalekar. He cut his head, put it in a basket, took it to their headquarters, and they were rewarded. And I heard that they played football with his head. Such cruel people they are. Okay, so and we couldn't do anything. But today it is not so. If you see, Pathankot happened, Uri happened, Pulwama happened, Pahalgam happened. We increased our tempo of retaliation. I will tell you how Operation Sindoor was conducted. In first 23 minutes, 9 terrorist launch pads and camps were targeted and destroyed completely.
Okay.
In first 23 minutes. Okay. In the mainland Pakistan, Muridke and Bahawalpur, I think LET, Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorist headquarters was destroyed. Okay. That was our aim. Destroy, because terrorists had done that, so we wanted to hit only the terrorists. We didn't want to hit any military infrastructure of Pakistan. But Pakistan retaliated. This happened, I think, on 7th or 8th of May 2025. Okay, after Sindoor started. Okay. Now in this, Turkey, they gave them drones. Even Western countries gave them drones, weapons, everything to retaliate against us. And they had a swarm of drones with a lot of bombs, ammunition to come and destroy us. Okay. But what did we do? We had, like I told you, we evolved our defense mechanism. We made a blanket air defense. How did we do that? It's very interesting. See, we had, this was only disclosed during Operation Sindoor. We had 2 types of guns.
Okay.
Okay. Now this Akash and Akash Tir system came later on. It was developed later on. But we had 2 air defense guns. One is called Zu-23 and one is called L-70. Zu-23 is a twin barrel gun and it has got a fantastic per minute bullet, 2000 rounds per minute it can fire. It goes. Okay. L-70 is a little bigger, 40 mm, and it fires about 70-80 rounds per minute. Now these are obsolete guns. Obsolete means they are from 1960-70, that period. These guns were in the stores, but without telling anybody, secretly we integrated with the computer system and the radar system. Okay, it was integrated with the radar system in such a way that when the radar detected the drones coming, the data was fed to the guns, and the guns went up and shot not a single drone came. Every drone was destroyed. Every drone was destroyed. Not a single drone came in India. Now I will tell you why America is our enemy actually. Entire Noor Khan base was under control of the US.
Oh.
Okay. Even the chief of army staff, Munir, could not come there without their permission.
What?
There was a command center in Noor Khan. That command center was underground. They say it is about 5 meters down. Okay, 5 meters means no bomb can penetrate. Okay, fine. We don't have that capability. The B-2 bombers of US have that capability. We don't have. Maybe I don't know. Maybe but it is not in my knowledge. But it was quite, and it was covered with concrete. Absolutely. Down below, they had a command structure where the American soldiers, I think, were there, and Pakistanis also there, who were supposed to be looking after the nuclear assets there. Okay. Now, when you make a command structure, command center, and you put it under the ground 5 meters or 7 meters or whatever it is, you need to breathe. You need oxygen. How will they survive with that oxygen? So they have vents. Vents means small passages going towards opening, so that the air passes through, and it is circulated. There is a ventilation. Okay. Now I told you in Kargil, US didn't give us the satellite imagery. Okay, that is their GPS system. Okay, it is called GPS system. We developed our own. Okay, it is called Navig system. What is it? Navigation with Indian constellation. Now, Indian constellation means our own satellites. Okay. Our own satellites are on top. They are looking at Noor Khan base. Okay. Error was 10 centimeters. Only 10 centimeters. Margin of error. The opening of those air vents was 45 centimeters by 45 centimeters. Okay. We fired BrahMos. It went through the opening inside the command center and blasted. Okay. So entire command center was destroyed. So this was the type of evolution we have done technologically.
When we compare Indian military with US military right now, तांचे equipment, आमचे equipment and तांचे equipment जेन्ना आमी compare करता, where do we stand?
See, what is the budget of US military? It is almost about $1 trillion. Okay, and our budget is a few $billion. $1 trillion means almost 900 billion they spend. We hardly, I don't know, about $100 billion we may be spending. So 10 times they spend on their military. We can't compare our equipment with them because they are technologically quite advanced. Their soldiers are also well trained, but you can't compare with Indian Army because our Indian Army is battle hardened army. Every day we fight militants. We have gone through so many wars. Every day we fight insurgents. Okay, we are battle hardened. We have, this is an Indian subcontinent. Here all terrains you will find. High altitude, mountains, jungles, desert, amphibious operation. Amphibious means we have got so many islands. All terrain. We do amphibious operations with the Navy. And ours is a battle hardened. US is not like that. They fear body bags. Body bags. They suppose Iran, US war is there. They are only bombing. By bombing, you don't win a war. By putting artillery, you don't win a war. You need boots on ground. You need a Gorkha there, walking, fighting on the ground, with close combat, with his kukri. Then only you win the war. Okay, so you can't compare both the armies. They have got their own way of fighting. We are also shoulder to shoulder with less technology. We are shoulder to shoulder.
If any young boy who is watching right now in India wants to join Indian Army, what message do you have for him or her?
So he can join. Indian Army is not a profession, not a career. One has to adopt to the way of life. It is a way of life. Money is not the matter. पैसे के लिए हम इंडियन आर्मी में नहीं जाते. Yes, पैसा is required, but that is not the only aim. It is a way of life. If you should be mentally prepared to अपने आप को ढालने के लिए you have to mentally prepare yourself to join army. It's a pride in yourself. Indian Army or say Armed Forces, Navy में जाओ, Air Force में. It's a pride in yourself itself. So uniform you wear, you have to you know when we were young, we used to see the Jawans, Navy officers and all. We used to see army officers. What uniform! I want to wear this uniform. That feeling has to be there.
Now that usually when people retire, they slow down, but you have chosen a different path. You have chosen to get into the world of art altogether. Can you share some reflection over it?
See, after my retirement, I was offered a position of Asian senior manager, I told you, in a corporate. I worked there for 2 years. But their way of functioning is different than the army. So somehow it didn't gel with me much. Although they paid me well, they really paid me well. But after just before 2 years, I said goodbye to them. Then I thought, what should I do? Because painting I used to do in army also. Small little. I have presented to various institutions also. In Indian Military Academy also, my painting was there. Okay, that time when I was a young gentleman cadet, that time which I had painted. So, but then I learned this particular oil painting. I got interested in painting from Mr. Kukkal, Sher Singh Kukkal, he is an international famous artist. He took me, he was very fond of me, and he taught me various things. And I do classical painting. Okay. Classical paintings I do. And this is one thing which I express my memories of my army days. Now they are transported on to the canvas sometimes. Okay. Okay, can you bring those paintings?
Yes.
Yes.
Sir, can you briefly tell us about the paintings?
Yes, I told you. These are certain memories when I was posted in Sikkim. That is, I told you, Mathura.
Yes.
Okay. I had sketched that time. I had some sketches of that time. I modified it to make it a little dramatic. And this is a Himalayan scene. Himalayan scene. I do classical paintings, that is after underpainting and various layers of various paint, glazing and everything, all classical paintings. So this is one.
Back to your second painting, which looks very much like our Goa. Can you elaborate on it?
It is a Goan painting. It is a Goan landscape somewhere near Cape.
Cafe.
Okay. So I had a photograph of it and I modified it.
Okay.
This is a spiritual painting, Krishna painting. I paint other also. I have Shiva painting also, Saraswati painting also. I only brought one just to show you.
Cute. Lovely.
So
A person
they should not think that a soldier and a retired army person is only busy fighting. They have got some talent also.
So it's like two opposite things in one man.
No, I don't think so. See, a hobby is which keeps you mentally alive.
True.
So I kept myself mentally alive during my service tenure also. I used to paint, small, little. But now after the corporate tenure, I said I will not work anymore. I got completely involved into this. I keep on painting, and I have turned into a professional
Artist.
artist.
So now we are almost towards the end. So I want you to give a final message to all the Indians out there who will be watching this on 15th of August, on our Independence Day. What message do you have for them as someone who has served for the nation?
See, I will tell you, before giving the message, I will tell you my own experience. Okay? People who get everything on platter, they don't realize उसकी कमी जानते नहीं क्या है. Today's generation has got everything on platter. Freedom भी platter पे है. कुछ भी बोल सकते हैं, कुछ भी कर सकते हैं. Okay. I also is from that generation where I got freedom after 1947. But I have seen a period where the freedom was taken away from us. That is in 1976 or 77. Emergency declared किया था India में. That time, entire nation was as if a jail. Opposition was all put in the jails. Opposition politicians. People were scared to talk anything because if you talk, the police will pick you up. I will tell you an incident. I think I was coming from Satara to Goa, my home, on a leave. I had given some money to the conductor. And I was a small boy that time. I was, I think, 16 years old, 15, 16 years old. And he didn't give me 2 rupees. That time 2 rupees was quite a bit. Okay. So he didn't give me back. So I said he will give me after some time. But he didn't give me. Then I asked him. And he said, emergency चालू है. जेल मध्ये घालतो तुला. You know, and he didn't give me money. I couldn't do anything if somebody catches me and sends me to jail. So that feeling of losing freedom is absolutely painful. Absolutely painful. So my message to the people, or especially the youth, would be to value what you have got today. Because more than getting freedom, to retain it effectively is very important. Okay. don't lose your creativity. Do everything for the nation. Always remember safety, honor, and welfare of your country comes first. Always and every time. Always have a feeling that everything I do is for the society, nation. Then only we will be able to achieve the heights. Always aim to the sky, and never let your older generations who have taken so much of pain to get this independence. Okay, I don't go to the foreign countries and improve their economies. IIT कर दिया, US गया to earn money. Money is not
The only important.
important. Your nation is important. Stay here. Apply your brains, apply your creativity, and make this nation great.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable message and your time. This has been something wherein I got to learn a lot about my nation. Thank you for your time, your dedication, and for joining us today on this podcast.
So nice of you, Piyu. It was a pleasure to meet you. You are such a bubbly girl like you. I am very happy. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today for this special episode of Independence Day. I hope you have a very, very happy Independence Day. Let our nation be as prosperous as it has been since the time of independence. In case if you have enjoyed this episode, then please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Again, the best place to visit in Goa for good food, great vibe, and better experience is Terra Restaurant and Ocean Farm Resort. Until the next time, this Priyanka Naik Desai signing off. Thank you.